morning from the heart of Guatemala, the capital city, which is called the same way as the country is called. So it's the city of Guatemala. And I've arrived here, and I want to show you a bit of the city and also explore it by myself, because I've been to other places in Guatemala, but I haven't really seen much of the capital so far. So let's go and see what the city has to offer. So we are in the very heart of the city. Here you have the National Palace right here, and then across the road we come to the park. Yeah, which is, there's some fruits here, mango, pineapple, and they make those mixes, and I think they mix it with chili and salt also. This is how they like to eat their fruits. Also some sweets here, lollipops, and big flag, Guatemalan flag right there, and a lot of police presence here actually because of the National Palace right here. But at the same time, it's a pretty dirty square, I must be honest. There's a lot of alcoholics here. Not at the moment because it's 9 a.m, so they're probably still sleeping, but in the afternoon it's just full of them. Yeah, and it doesn't smell so nice. But anyway, there you have the cathedral and the fountain. So this is probably one of the most popular places here in Guatemala City. The heart of the heart, so to say. But the city is still waking up, so there's not much going on yet. But you got a big group of people over there, probably tourist group. Some lady selling popcorn. I think this is for the birds, stuff like that. The guy is chilling here. There we can see what they're saying. Let's check it out. I don't know if those are tourists or something else. Maybe political or religious event. Okay guys, so we arrived to the place where they have the map of whole Guatemala in one place, like a big map. It's a relief, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it in English exactly, but we'll see it now.
Este es un monumento de Claudio Urrutia. Este está hecho a base de bronce. Esta fue esculpida en 1996. Claudio nació en San José, Costa Rica.
Okay, so it's more than 100 years old. It's the first Central American map in this kind of a shape.
Estas significan límites acuáticos, que por ejemplo estas dividen lo que es Belice con México y Chetumal lo que divide México de Guatemala.
Las fronteras de países.
Sí.
Digamos. Okay, pero en el agua.
Exacto, exacto.
Okay. Los blancos.
Sí, las reglas. Luego tenemos también esto blanco, que es lo que está fuera de la línea roja. Esto blanco era parte de Guatemala, pero ahora ya no, debido a los conflictos que hubieron entre el gobierno. Entonces, por ejemplo, esta parte de acá es lo de que es como el norte, que está México, Estados Unidos, Canadá. Lo que tenemos de este lado acá, lo blanquito de acá es Honduras. Y lo que tenemos allá a la par es como El Salvador.
Ah, entonces sí, antes eso sí estuvo parte de Guatemala.
Esto era parte de Guatemala, pero por los conflictos fue que ya no. Es por eso que la línea roja es lo que divide únicamente lo que es de Guatemala, que se puede ver en todo esto de acá. Acá no se ve muy bien, pero lo de acá ya es Petén. Todo esto es Petén.
Ok. Sí, entiendo.
Sí,
So those are the white ones, or the parts that Guatemala lost in the conflicts with Honduras, with Mexico, and other countries. Alright guys, so I just got a ticket from that map place to go down this mountain, and they gave me this, so apparently I have to use this to go down this mountain. So let's try and see how it works. It does look very wide, those things there. I don't think every person will fit in here. but let's try. Wow. Creo que así, ¿verdad? Me imagino. Y sí, es como así, y acá. Y aquí los pies, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Okay, so that's how you put here the feet. You put your body, and then you like move yourself, I guess. Así, correcto.
Pero no sé si quiero hacer.
¿No sabes?
Sí.
Con cuidado. No creo que es tan fuerte. No sabes. Wow. Wow. Oh, that's cool.
Salsa, mayonesa, mostaza picante.
Picante. Es mostaza, ¿sí?
Salsa, mayonesa, sí.
Sí, sí.
Oh. Mostaza no.
Sí, también. Chup. Cut the meat. And she'll put the meat inside. Looks really nice with the avocado here and the meat. Now back to culture and history. Just arrived at the Ixchel Museum here in city of Guatemala, and it has quite a lot of expositions here, I guess. It's mostly associated with the traditional clothing of Guatemala. So let's see what we find there, but you can tell, judging by the exterior design here, that it's made with the symbols, traditional symbols of Guatemala, maybe even the Mayan symbols, but I'm not so sure about that. Anyway, let's go and check it out. So yeah, it's pretty big. Here we have a big hole. I don't know what's the purpose of it, but there are some TV sets over there. But I don't know where exactly the entrance is. Permiso, señor, ¿dónde está la entrada al museo?
¿Al museo?
Sí.
Es allá.
Ah, voy por allá.
Las señoritas.
Sí, ya veo. Gracias. Okay. So there, I got lost here a bit. Yeah. Let's check it out. All right, after walking like 5 minutes, I finally found it. Because there are two museums. There's one Popol Vuh, I think it's called like that. One that was mentioned when I was in Honduras. And then here is the Museo Ixchel, the traditional clothing of the indigenous people here. Yeah, let's see. Buenas tardes. ¿Cuánto cuesta un boleto? Sí, correcto.
Tiene un costo de 45 quetzales.
Ok. ¿Se puede pagar con tarjeta también?
Sí, con todo gusto.
Ok. Cuesta lo mismo con tarjeta, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Ok, ok. No, porque pregunto porque a veces sí cuesta un poco más.
Ah, que tiene un recargo.
Sí,
Pero
por eso.
nosotros no lo hacemos.
Ok, está bien, muchas gracias. Yo me perdí un poco porque yo fui por allá, donde el otro museo,
El
¿verdad?
Museo Popol Vuh. Y
Popol
usted
Vuh.
venía a Lichel.
Sí, yo quería ir por acá, pero Popol Vuh quizás voy después, no sé.
Sí,
También vale la pena, ¿verdad? Porque estaba mencionado cuando yo estuve en Honduras, creo, en Tegucigalpa, aunque han hablado sobre este museo, porque ahí tiene conexión.
Así es.
Sí, me acuerdo. Sí, pero yo pensé que va a ser más o menos lo mismo que yo ya he visto en Honduras, entonces
Exacto,
por eso
así
pensé que quizás no vale la pena.
Ajá, ahora aquí ya no es, aquí solamente este museo lo encuentra en esta parte de Guatemala.
Ah,
Ya en otros lados pues solo le pueden hacer la mención, pero aquí ya es más detallado.
ok,
Ujú.
entiendo.
Entonces ahí subiendo la rampa,
Ajá.
ahí le dan las instrucciones.
Muchas gracias.
Adelante.
So first of all, you see the back, traditional back with the birds and some other animals on it. I think also the frog. Buenas tardes.
Bienvenidos.
Muchas gracias. Eso sí estaban usando para hacer ropa, ¿verdad?
Vea, este es un telar de cinta,
Ok.
donde realizan lienzos angostos,
Ajá.
pero muy largos. Esta es una fusión entre el telar de cintura y telar de piel, porque con el cinturón se acopla la cintura y con los pedales pues,
Ay, sí, se
van
mueve.
abriendo ciertos espacios para ir incorporando los hilos de la trama. Este lienzo es bastante largo, ¿verdad?
Ujú.
Es más que todo ya muy pocos vistos dentro de las comunidades, pero según estudios realizados por medio del museo, pues se indica de que este telar, ¿verdad?, de cinta, pues, más que todo es utilizado por las mujeres para
hacer-
colocárselo en la cabeza y formar ya un tocado en el área más que todo de Santiago Atitlán.
Una forma de sombrero, digamos. Que estaba diciendo. No sé si lo entendí fácilmente. Lo que tiene el señor.
Algo así como la cuarta señora,
La cuarta, sí.
sí, que tiene solamente enrollado, pero sí les
Ah, sí,
queda...
no es como un sombrero, pero es como
Sí, pues solo
como una toalla,
¿Sabe
digamos.
cómo? Como es el maniquí este.
Sí.
Que tiene la cabeza libre, pero sí tienen como...
Ah, ok, ya veo. Ok.
Sí. Aprovechando, quiero contarle que el museo tiene 7 salas de exposición.
Yeah, so this is what they used to wear on their heads. This was for the lady, obviously. This is suit. And some kind of a towel, bandana, I would say, here. So you can still see this. When I went to Lago Atitlán, you still see people wearing this and having this kind of a backpack, let's say, and all this kind of fabrics. It's still what people are doing and producing. So the tradition lives on. Okay, this is the first room right there. So you see here is the tradition. There's the Mayan tradition connected with Christianity. They adopted it when the new religion came. So here you see clearly a Christian tradition, but at the same time people are wearing the traditional clothes, especially the ladies. Like here also it's a mix. So here you have the scarf kind of that they are wearing on the head, which is more and the clothes also, which are the ancient tradition here. guys, we arrived to the Museum of Ferrocarril, so the train museum here in Guatemala. And here we have the monument. I don't know who it is exactly, but it seems that the doves really like him. But it must be, let's see if I find, oh, some important person here in Guatemala, but it's unclear who it is exactly. Well, yeah, maybe some kind of a general or something. Yeah. But what's even more interesting is clearly the museum of the railway museum. That's what you call it, Ferrocarril. It's a railway museum, exactly. If you want some fruits, you can get some fruits here also. Anything you want. Let's go and see where's the entrance. Oh! Wow, take a look at this, guys. Such old trains here. Looks amazing. I don't know if I can walk here. I don't know if it's allowed. Maybe it is because it's open here actually. So it's the line number 2 and the train driver Garcia Fegua Ferrovias. This here you see Philadelphia, so it's from the US. I don't know why they put the flowers in there. So there was a restaurant, so to say. I don't know which year exactly, but you can imagine people sit here and eat their meal. But since it's made of plastic, I guess it's not that old. So I don't know how old it is exactly, but probably 40 years, 50, 60 years old. So it doesn't look like super antique, I would say. It does look like 100 years old. Or maybe it was renovated at some point. I don't think I can go in there. Or can I? No. But you can see, so this is where the people were staying, right? So this was their cabin. You see the beds on the left and on the right, and then table. I mean, definitely first class compared to the trains nowadays. Huh? Bomba de agua. General Electric. So also American devices here. This is tarjetero. I don't know what a tarjetero exactly is. Please let me know in the comments down below once we speak it. Okay, so here I can actually see the rooms. I don't know if you can see well, guys, but this is how the beds used to look like. And this was the bathroom. Pretty basic. I don't know if there was a shower. I don't see any shower. But yeah. Toilet, sink. I would assume it was used like 50 years ago or so, but I need to check. But okay, no, it actually was built in 1903. That's when it was built. It looks so luxurious, and it has such a big room here for dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever. Obviously. But I haven't seen those yet. Let's take a look. Here we have some details. This stuff here. Let's go check out that one over there. But it does look pretty cool, I must say. It's cool that you can go inside, because I've been to a railway museum in Cali, in Colombia, but it was closed for restoration, so you could not enter the wagons, actually, the cars, what do you call them properly. Okay, this was for the stuff, I guess. This is where they would sleep, work, have their spare parts and tools. Here they would just sit. And there are still trains coming, so it does have functioning railroad. I didn't know about that because most countries in Latin America don't have a functioning railroad. It was like in Colombia it existed, but then they had an explosion at the Cali station, and maybe in some part of Colombia it works, but in Cali, ever since the explosion, there was no train leaving that rail station. Yeah, so those are more modern, I guess. You can see here 1955, so it's... Okay, so this was Wagon de Cocina, okay, kitchen wagon from 1940s. There was assigned number 4405. Stove, kitchen utensils, just pots, pans, plates, glasses, strainers, all that stuff to prepare food, to serve for the ones that were traveling this train. So this is pretty much how they were cooking here. Oh, take a look at that. This is where the money would be transferred in those big safes, we call them. Smaller ones over there, and it grows all the way this size. Oh yeah, take a look at that fort. I don't know which fort it is exactly and what it has to do with the train, with the railway, but that's how it is. But that's cool, really respect for this museum, because you can actually enter the trains. You not just observe them from the outside, but you can also see them from the inside, and I think that's some of the coolest things you can do, actually. Even me, maybe not the biggest fan of the trains and railroads, I still find it amazing to dive into history of the railroads of Guatemala. Let's see if we can enter some more trains here, or if we've seen everything. Oh, this is the entrance to where? Oh, is this actually... Oh, this is the museum, I think. Some exposition. Okay. Also ancient here. Which year? Yeah, there was something like 40-50 years here. Glasses. I don't know if those are the glasses from the people that were working on the railroad, or maybe someone who forgot. Maybe the ones who were working here. Maybe those were special glasses they were using. Where's that? Torpedo. And we have here a map of the railroad station and then the surroundings also. Okay, the administrative worker right there, taking care of the administrative stuff. This is how the kitchen would look like back in the days, and Yes, I'm also looking here at work, right? So here you have the old. Here you have the old cans, glasses, utensils, plates. Also the amenities like the washing machine, the stove over there, fridge. Looks kind of cool. Looks a little like the Fallout. This probably was used for cleaning, I assume. Made from the feathers. Cool. Lots of typing machines, definitely. That's what I noticed here. Okay guys, so we just arrived at the National Museum, where I'll go to now. I wanted to go to the military museum, but they do not let me in without the ID, and I'm not so crazy to walk around with my passport here. Anyway guys, when I was riding here, just for the first time in my life, I saw shooting, and actually someone got killed in a car. Maybe my video will not be banned, will not be demonetized because I don't get any money from that, but it was the first time in my life that I saw that. So yeah, this gives you a hint about how unsafe it can be here in the streets. So you have to be careful. Take care of yourself.
Ese ya tenemos tiempo, a las 5 menos cuarto cerramos.
Ah, ok, a las 5 menos 4. Ok, entonces tengo una hora, digamos, es bastante tiempo. Ok, gracias. Okay, so this crown here is 100 years older than the city. Pretty amazing. And what the senior just explained to me, that the letters here on this stone, they look different from how we see what the Spanish language looks like nowadays. So this here, introducción, for example, here should be I, according to the current rules of the Spanish language. So it's a bit different. Here we have the square. I think this is what you have now, the square Constitution, Plaza de Constitución. I imagine that, but I'm not so sure if that's the one. No, this must be something different. Actually, no, this is the Real Palacio de Gobierno, which is number 4, but I don't see any numbers here. Oh, here, this one. Part of a telegraph from back in the days. That's how it used to look like. So I guess they would send the messages by tapping on that button right there, if I'm not mistaken. Shave. Everyone had to be elegant, especially in high positions, so they would use this British shaver right here, razor. Justo Rufino Barrios. This is Justo Rufino Barrios. I think it was the president or some high person in Guatemala. Yes, Justo Rufino Barrios, the ex-president of Guatemala, which served as a president of this country from 1873 to 1885. That's probably how his favorite horse looked like, I would imagine. Maybe they just tried to show here the, what do you call it? the cloth for the horse. This is him again, but a bit younger. Still not so white. I mean the hair. So he was a liberal reformer. So you see here la reforma liberal. So he was a liberal president. We're now in the Pasaje Rubio, so the blonde passage, the blonde street. I don't know what it's called like that, but it's quite a popular place here. So anyway guys, let me know how you like the city. Let me know how you like the city of Guatemala, and write in the comments down below your opinion about that or your questions. And see you in the next video guys. Take care. Alright, so I ordered some Pollo Campero here in Guatemala, which is a typical fast food chain here. It's kind of like a KFC, but the Guatemalan way, Guatemalan way. Let's see what arrived. So I ordered pollo and so chicken, fried chicken. I got 2 breads here. I got some sauce here. This is repollo and so no, that's the sauce. Not true. This is the salad. And then I got the chicken and some extra sauces, which are the ketchup here, and then also the salsa picante, the spicy sauce. Let's open it up and see what's happening inside. This is a combo of 3 pieces, basically. Yay! So let's check it out. Let's open the repollo, the salad, the sauces. Let's try the spicy sauce. I don't know where I even put it. Well, I can put it directly on the... Okay, it's like chili, green chili. It's not too spicy, but I noticed that food here is not really spicy. Let's put some spicy sauce on the chicken and try it. It's actually really juicy, not too salty, which is sometimes the case with the fried chicken. But for me, for my taste. So, but really juicy. I would give it, on a fried chicken ratio, 9 out of 10. Really nice.